How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Alvin with Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. So you got this phrase about motivated by your losses.
Yeah.
That stood out to me watching your social media and everything you're doing. And by the way, I like that sweatshirt. I'm gonna give you the address. The sweatshirt, he got some nice.
Oh yeah.
Isiah got some nice merch. You got some nice merch, Isiah. You got some nice merch, man.
My name is Isiah Lee. I am a rap artist I'm a rap artist in Delaware, but I also do motivational speaking. I'm a substitute teacher. I play drums. I wrote a book. I do merch. I actually work at another school as a dishwasher, and I also work at Wawa at night.
Wow, so you don't sleep is the other thing.
I mean, I sleep. It really depends on how I work my day, but I sleep here. I sleep for sure. I get my little 5 to 8 if I can. 5 to 8, okay. I get it there.
Man, you got an amazing story. I was looking through your social media. I found Isiah on TikTok. And every time I see or hear you talk about anything, you always talk about you're motivated by your losses. Tell me what do you mean when you say motivated by I know what you mean when you say motivated by your losses, but just an idea of some of the losses you went through. I saw one of the things that stuck out to me was the fact that you had almost died before and surgery and stuff you went through. So we ain't gonna stop people crying, but we want to motivate people to let them know that they could get beyond what looks to be a loss.
No, for sure. So I was born 1 pound 8 ounces premature, really grade 4 bleeds on my brain. And like I said, in the book, you'll actually in the last page of the last page of the book, you'll see the scar that's on my stomach. So I had like surgery or whatever the case is, and I guess surgery came from here. I never asked my mom what was going on here, but it did nonetheless. I could either be in a vegetative state or I could have died.
Okay.
Originally from Chester, PA, so if you know about that area, then it's kind of here and there. So but I made it out of that. Like I said, I wasn't a street guy or anything. Just I was just around people I shouldn't be around per se.
Okay.
It's a lot. But when I say losses, I don't technically mean like, oh, you lost something. It could be like you lost time dealing with somebody, or you lost the motivation to do something because it's like you're going through a depression, or you got anxiety and you losing your mind. Like, no, I got to get my mind back. I got to get my grind. I got to get my 1-2 back because God put me on this earth to do something. Once I figure out what it is, I got to move, because if not, be sitting here technically dying. Not physically, but internally and mentally.
Okay. So I wanted to first tell you, when I got a chance to get you on screen, I want to tell you, man, you doing a great job with some of the motivational things that you tell people, the nuggets you drop. Mm-hmm. And I saw one of your posts the other day you mentioned about, and this is for people on the social media. You can see where you talked about sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm not in a good place today, y'all. I'm feeling like it should happen. It should have happened. It should have happened already. So do you agree? And I'm hoping people listening to us, so they could kind of weigh out just us hashing this whole thing about wanting to do it now and it's not working the way you want it to work. I think I think it's a good and a bad thing when you realize that, okay, it's not working the way I want it to work, but when that one thing do work, you'd be like, okay, it does eventually work out. And sometimes I think you have to hold on to your wins when you feel like you're losing. Does that make sense?
Nah, for sure. You definitely do. You definitely got to hold on to your wins when you feel like you're losing, because you never know. I even tell my homies sometimes, it's like even when, for music at least, I'm saying you got a fan base. My fan base might be like 5-10 people. And I see like 30-40 people online, like, oh, why don't I got them?
Right.
Because 30-40 people might just be fans of that one person for that moment. You know what I'm saying? You got 5-10 people that's really rocking with you no matter what. Once you get them 5-10 people that's rocking with you no matter what, then that's when you're going to get the real fans. It's going to spill into them 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, etc.
Right now, the fact that you took out the time to do this interview with me, I'm honored, because I don't have, like, on one of our social media, the one that I found you on, like 600 and some followers, just us, right? Yeah. But it's not about the number of followers that makes you the person to make your product or your service or what you have to say important. It's just that one person or that one situation that you change in a person's life for the positive. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stop thinking about how many followers I had in business to make me feel like I was worthy, or whether, the people I was reaching out to, because there are people that I've reached out to that have a lot of followers and they just ignore us, right? Until they go back and it looks like, wait a minute, Old Fashioned Network, Trying Success is on the Old Fashioned Network. They bigger than I thought. And then now you want to call me back and say, hey, can I be on your net? No. No, you cannot. No. Isaiah said yes without a problem. Isaiah said, yeah, sure, I would love to. So, man, I just want to encourage you, man. Please don't let what looks like you think should happen yesterday or tomorrow stop you from remembering you got to be motivated by your losses. Because you can't do both of them. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact.
When I saw your sweatshirt, I was like, man, it just stuck to me. Mm-hmm. You can't let it stick to somebody else and it ain't sticking to you. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. You're right.
You was talking to your kids one day when I saw you was talking to the kids about rap, and they didn't know Isaiah could rap. And he had the kids say, y'all want to hear rap? Y'all want to hear rap? I mean, your kids hang on to your every word. You know what I'm saying? You may not have a fan base of people on that particular day that's listening to you on TikTok, but you got a whole classroom of kids that know Mr. Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have the person that got a class full of young ones that's gonna push me than to have a class full of old ones that don't know nothing about me but for the moment.
Nah, that's fact. It's crazy because like they kids, so I'm just talking to them, and they're maybe 7th or 8th grade, really, right. 7th or 8th grade. So I'm just like, yeah, I do this. My name is so and so. I rap. I'm just being me. And they're like, oh, rap for us. I said, well, look, get your work done, and I'm gonna rap for y'all. And then I ended up doing it, and it's like, oh, this is dope. And then they follow me on TikTok. So really, when I post on TikTok, it's really for them because I don't be at the school like that anymore because I got other jobs. But right. that's how they I guess you could say stay in contact with me through TikTok.
So you got a whole group of kids following you, and then you wondering why it ain't happened yesterday. I don't understand, Isaiah. I am really confused, my friend.
And I guess because it's like not even with them, but it's like I guess in my adult life too, where there's other things going on. But like even my homegirl even told me, she was like, you worried about this situation, man? Look, when God says it's time for it to happen, it's going to happen. Just keep doing you. Don't worry about who's doing what over there, who's handling that over there. Right. You worry about you. And when God says it's time, you're going to go get it.
You know, with me, with Trying Success, the whole thing I always build myself on is that you cannot be successful unless you have a story to tell.
Not for sure.
And you got a good story that's packaged up, almost ready to be told. And until you reach the final chapter is the only way you're going to be able to tell that story. But if you give up before you reach the final chapter, like, who going to know the story, you know?
Nah, that's a fact. And I've learned that in life now, getting older. At my age, I'm like, all right, if I'm going to do this at 31 years old, I got to be able to tell my story from, my birthplace, my birth to now. Mm-hmm. So me learning it, I'm like, okay, I get it. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Actually, I didn't really want to tell my life story because you know how it is. Like you see people right now living, and then you got to push from right now to whenever. So I'm like, all right, let me just talk about right now. But that's when I realized, no, if you tell your life story, that's how people gonna relate. Because if you do something and you tap back into that emotion, there's 20, 19-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 34-year-olds that still miss their first love. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's how I be sometimes. So you can tap into that and be like the spokesperson for that.
Right. So what makes you do what it is that you do? What makes you grind and say, okay, I want to be an entertainer or rapper at this particular point in my life. I want to have this level of product and stuff out there. What is it that's driving you to try to get to where you want to be?
First and foremost, God first. But aside from that, I've always watched Nipsey. My brother is actually my inspiration for music because he was actually on the radio in Power 99 back in, I was 10, I think. Mm-hmm. And my mom was excited for him being on there. So I was like, I'm going to try to rap. But recently, as I got older and I found myself, I started watching Nipsey Hussle a whole lot. And everything Nip was talking about was like, wow, this is really my life. Like, legitimately my life. He's just talking about me. Mm-hmm. And so I said, all right. So if his brand is marathon continues, marathon, etc. I'm like, all right. My mom always told me, yo, you never gave up. You always motivated. Even though you lost the job, you found a job 2 weeks later.
Right.
Next thing you know, then that's when I built my brand. First what was it first? It started as a mix, which was motivation. Mm. Then it was motivation music, 1, 2, motivation leaks. And then I got older and I was like, man, I just gotta change my life up, change my name up. And then I sat down one day, God gave me this idea, boom, motivated by losses. And then, we here until we here.
Right. What did make you come up with the term motivated by my losses? What brought that out?
tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
I came upstairs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was going through it with a little old female friend, right? And I sat down on my bed and I prayed. I said, God, what am I gonna do now? I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it felt like smoke was in my. It sounds so weird to the average person, so I can't really explain it.
Okay.
But it was just like, and that name just stuck. And then I walked over to this computer that I'm sitting on, and I typed it in Google, and nobody had it. So then I made up a website. I actually took the website down, but I made the website, and I just started making clothes off of it. And then I ended up grabbing my heat press, pressing up a couple shirts, pushing it. Then I was like, all right, what's going to do with my music? Now I just started talking about that in my music, and that's really what happened. So we're here now.
Well, you know, so motivated by our losses could apply to anybody at any time in any different part of their life.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, anything. It don't even got to be music. It could be literally, I just lost time chasing my dog around. Now I'm motivated to get my time back and go do something else. Like, it could be anything.
Right. Man, listen, please try your, man. I'm really dependent on what you're motivated by losses, because I really like that a lot. So when you start feeling like, man, why it ain't tomorrow? I'm just learning that it ain't about my time. It's really more about God's time and when it's supposed to be. And anything we get beyond that, it becomes frustrating. And I don't like being frustrated, so I just put it all up on him and be like, listen, this is above my pay grade. I'm gonna need you to handle it for me, and I'm just gonna go to sleep. You know,
that's it. And it's crazy because I was just talking to my homegirl about that. I got a lot of female friends. That's tough for me because I understand it's in God's time, but you know, we live here on earth, and it's like, and sometimes you talk to people, they be like, all right, if God's, it might not happen, it might not, God don't want this to happen, because if it was supposed to happen through God, they wouldn't have left, or they wouldn't this. I'm like, man, I get it, and then I start falling in that category, like, man, maybe it ain't supposed to happen, but maybe my lesson. It's crazy you saying this, because I literally am going through something right now mentally, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I need this, but it's like, bro, if you want this, like, you're going to have to deal with the consequence of what happened. And then when time is right, you're going to go get it. I'm like, all right, but I'm telling you, this happened before. I ain't going to get it. It's like, I know I had it happen before and I ain't get it, but I don't know. Maybe this will be different.
Yeah. Hey, listen, whatever it's supposed to be, it is what it's supposed to be. There's nothing you can do about other than do your part about it, and however it works out is the way it's supposed to be, and then you're supposed to keep going. It's kind of like, if you look at this, you see this background, kind of pick this out specifically for you.
Sure, I see it.
See that little road we going around? We don't know what's around the curve. All we know is we're supposed to stay on the road, right?
For sure.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna need you to do. I'm gonna do the same thing. You know, we're gonna stay on this road and get around this little curve and whatever it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to be. You know,
sure.
And if we get some losses around it, we're going to be motivated to keep going, right?
Nah, that's a fact.
So listen, tell people your social media, how they can reach out to you and everything, so they can stay in touch with you and get that merch. I like that.
Oh, I got you. If anybody want to follow me anywhere, Isiah Lee Music, ISAIAH, Lee, LEEMUSIC. That's on all social media platforms. You can actually check me out on Google too. It'll come up, and then my music will come up. You type in Isiah Lee. But you want the merch and you want the book. Well, I'm getting pre-orders for the book right now, so you want the merch, the book, music, etc. You can go on my Instagram, which of course Isiah Lee Music, and you can go in the bio and you can click and you can purchase from there, and then your book will be shipped to you. I want to say a week and a half from now or sooner, depending on when you get it.
Okay.
And the merch will also be there too as well. So.
Okay. Man,
all sides available.
I so appreciate you taking the time out, because I know you're a busy man. Every time I see you on social media, you never like stop. You constantly going. But please let me encourage you, man. I want to let you know that motivated by your losses is impactful. It has a meaning to it. So if you believe in it, then you cannot do anything less than act like you believe in it.
That's a fact.
I am not accepting anything less than that. So I don't want to see you on social media talking about since my baby left me and all that kind of stuff. Like, what are you talking about, man? Since my baby left me. You say you're motivated by your loss. You can't get motivated by that to leave. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's crazy you say that, because
you ain't got to tell us. You ain't got to tell us. Just just be motivated by it, all right? That's
like I said, you know what the crazy part is before we go, right? I've always learned, right? that God gets the credit for everything. So when people say, Isaiah, you doing this, and this, and you moving, I'm like, man, God doing all that. I'm just chilling. But I think I should start taking some type of credit for something. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I be thinking about that sometimes.
Well, see, when you say, I think what they mean by that is you're supposed to give God the credit for what He's allowed you to do, which means you are doing something. All right, you got it?
That's what that means. Okay. So like if He allowed me to rap, okay, yeah, God gave me the gift to rap.
That's right.
But
Just give Him the credit for, right. Give Him the credit for what you do. That's all you got to do.
Right.
And if you're doing a lot, you give Him a lot of credit for all the lot that you're doing. That's it.
Oh, then I can quote unquote take the credit for like, yeah, I made this book myself. I did.
Because God allowed me to do it.
Oh, that makes life so much easier now.
Isaiah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you being on the show, man. You keep being great. Y'all make sure y'all share, watch, share, and follow us on all our social media on Trying Success. And Isaiah, just check me out on all my other stuff. I will be in touch with you because I need to keep up with you, see what you got going on.
Hey, definitely got all my information.
All right, brother. Have a good one here.
Love, for sure.
Thanks. All right, peace.
All right.